If someone else can't provide emotional safety, your nervous system will try to build it in whatever way it can. Sometimes that looks like overexplaining. Sometimes it looks like overthinking. Sometimes it looks like staying quiet so you don't ruin it. Sometimes it looks like trying to become low maintenance, easy, endlessly understanding. But emotional safety isn't something you can beg out of an emotionally unavailable person. It's something you learn to create internally, so you stop living like your peace is a reward they hand you when they feel like it. And the reason this matters so much isn't just because it helps you move on. It's because it protects your identity. Without emotional safety, you don't just feel anxious. You start losing your sense of self. You start making your standards flexible. You start calling crumbs connection. You start accepting uncertainty as normal. You start confusing intensity with intimacy. And the longer you live in that state, the more your body learns that love equals danger. So this is about reclaiming your baseline, not becoming cold, becoming stable. Because when you are emotionally safe with yourself, you stop being easy to destabilize. And that's what changes everything. Emotional safety starts with a brutal clarity that actually feels relieving when you let it land. You cannot build a secure bond with someone who consistently chooses comfort over responsibility. You can have chemistry. You can have history. You can have moments. But if the pattern is withdrawal, avoidance, mixed signals, delayed repair, and you constantly feeling like you're one wrong move away from being punished with distance, that is not safety. That is a nervous system on alert. And the most important thing you can do is stop treating that alertness like a personality flaw. It's not you being dramatic. It's your body accurately responding to inconsistency. Your body is not confused. It's trying to protect you. The confusion happens when your mind keeps overriding your body with hope. You tell yourself it's fine. You tell yourself they're busy. You tell yourself you should be more patient. You tell yourself not to take it personally. You tell yourself love takes work. And love does take work, but not the kind of work where you're constantly regulating someone else's avoidance while pretending it's normal. Emotional safety for yourself begins when you stop negotiating with what your body knows. It begins when you choose to believe your experience without needing their confirmation. Because one of the deepest ways we break ourselves is by insisting that our pain must be validated by the person who caused it. You keep going back for proof. Proof that you mattered. Proof that it was real. Proof that you're not too much. But the person who couldn't show up is not the person who can certify your reality. Their inability is the point. So you start validating yourself. Not in an Instagram quote way, in a grounded way. You name the pattern without softening it. You tell the truth. I feel anxious with them. I feel uncertain. I feel like I have to earn basic presence. I feel punished with silence. I don't feel safe bringing my needs. These sentences are not accusations. They are information. And emotional safety is built when you respect information, not when you keep overriding it. The next layer is understanding what safety actually is. Safety is not them finally texting you back. That's relief. Safety is not the high you feel when they suddenly become affectionate. That's a spike. Safety is not the moment where things feel good for a few hours. Safety is predictability. It's consistency. It's being able to exhale because you're not bracing for the next withdrawal. It's knowing that if something goes wrong, there will be repair, not punishment. If your nervous system can't predict care, it stays on alert. And when it stays on alert long enough, you start trying to control the relationship to create predictability. You analyze, you plan, you edit yourself, you monitor your tone, you hesitate to speak, you wait for the right moment. You become an emotional strategist instead of a person in a relationship. And that is exhausting. Creating emotional safety for yourself means you stop making the relationship your only source of regulation, because that's the trap. If your peace depends on their mood, their availability, their attention, your entire life becomes unstable. So you build a foundation inside you that doesn't collapse when they pull away. This is where people misunderstand what healing looks like. They think it means you stop caring. But safety doesn't require you to stop caring. It requires you to stop outsourcing your stability. It's the shift from "I'll be okay when they" to "I'm okay because I'm with me." And that shift is what makes you unbreakable. Not because you're hardened, because you're anchored. Here's one of the most viral truths you can hold on to. Emotional safety is choosing clarity over hope. Hope is beautiful in healthy love. In unhealthy love, hope becomes a drug. It keeps you invested in potential while ignoring patterns. Clarity doesn't mean you're pessimistic. Clarity means you stop confusing wishful thinking with evidence. You don't need to hate them. You don't need to villainize them. You just need to stop building your nervous system around someone's inconsistency. You stop saying, "maybe this time," when you've seen the same loop 10 times. You stop waiting for someone to become emotionally brave. You start protecting your peace like it matters. Because it does. Now, let's talk about what happens inside you when you have been unsafe for too long. You start living in anticipation. You wake up checking. You go to sleep thinking. Your body becomes tense. Your appetite changes. Your focus disappears. You feel a low-grade anxiety that never fully lifts. And you normalize it because the good moments feel so good. But the good moments are often just relief from the anxiety they created. That's why the bond can feel intense. Your system is not feeling love. It's feeling relief. Relief can masquerade as love when you've been deprived. So building emotional safety means you stop chasing relief and start building stability. Stability is quieter, but it heals you. And when you have stability, you can finally see the relationship clearly because you're not addicted to the next hit of reassurance. Another thing, emotional safety is also boundaries. Not boundaries as punishments, boundaries as self-respect in action. A boundary is the line that says, "I will not stay in dynamics that require me to shrink. I will not accept silence as a communication style. I will not reward inconsistency with full access." You don't have to announce them dramatically. You embody them. You've stopped doing the behaviors that keep you unsafe. You stop chasing clarity from someone who uses ambiguity as control. You stop arguing your worth. You stop trying to be easy enough to be treated well. And you start behaving as if your standards are real. Because they are. The most emotionally safe thing you can do is become consistent with yourself. People talk about wanting consistent partners, but the deepest safety comes when you become consistent with your own reality. You stop betraying what you know. You've stopped saying yes when your body is saying no. You've stopped accepting the explanation that makes them comfortable and choose the truth that protects you. That consistency with yourself is what calms your nervous system, because your nervous system is not only reacting to them, it's reacting to you overriding you. Every time you ignore your own needs to keep someone close, you send yourself a message: my safety is negotiable. And your body believes you. Then it stays on alert because it can't trust you to protect it. That's a hard truth, but it's also empowering, because it means the solution isn't only out there, it's in the relationship you build with yourself. When you start protecting your own peace, your nervous system begins to trust you again. And that trust is the beginning of emotional safety. So, what does emotional safety look like in real life as a vibe, as a state, as an identity? It looks like you don't spiral when a message doesn't come. Not because you don't care, but because your worth isn't hanging on a response. It looks like you can feel your feelings without obeying them. It looks like you don't chase reassurance from the person who keeps destabilizing you. It looks like you don't rewrite the story to make it easier to stay. It looks like you stop fantasizing about the version of them you want and start responding to the version of them you have. It looks like you place your attention back into your life, your sleep, your routines, your goals, your health, your friendships, so your world doesn't collapse into one unpredictable person. It looks like you choose connections that feel calm, not chaotic. And yes, at first, calm can feel unfamiliar. If your system is used to instability, calm can feel like emptiness. But emptiness is not the same as peace. Peace is full. Peace has breath. Peace has room. Peace has you. And once you taste peace, you stop craving chaos in the same way. Here's the part that matters if you've been emotionally unsafe for a long time. You might keep going back to unsafe people because your brain confuses familiarity with compatibility. Familiar feels like home, even when it hurts. Familiar feels like love, even when it's just a pattern. So emotional safety is also about retraining your definition of love. Love is not tension. Love is not guessing. Love is not waiting. Love is not monitoring. Love is not shrinking. Love is not constantly proving. Love is being met. Love is being held. Love is repair. Love is clarity. Love is someone who can stay present when things are uncomfortable. And until you internalize that, you'll keep calling unsafe bonds chemistry. This is why creating emotional safety for yourself is one of the most powerful things you can do. It changes what you choose. It changes who you tolerate. It changes what you call love. It changes your future relationships before they even begin, because you start entering them from a stable baseline rather than a hungry one. And the final truth is this: you don't need them to become safe for you to become safe within yourself. You don't need them to apologize for you to reclaim your dignity. You don't need them to explain for you to trust your own experience. You don't need them to choose you for you to choose you. The moment you become emotionally safe with yourself is the moment your life stops being held hostage by someone else's capacity. And that is real freedom. Not the loud kind, the calm kind. The kind where you can finally exhale and mean it. Welcome to Attachment Alchemy Lab. You're safe here.